Hello, friends. We have been talking a lot about connecting into the body, being available for what's here, and doing a lot of practices in order to do that. And I've had a couple comments in the last few videos from people who are struggling with just the simple practices of what if I can't feel my heart, or what if I feel intense anxiety when I try to sit still and do the practices? What if I can't feel my body at all? What if I'm completely locked out of everything? Totally normal. So in this video, we're going to talk about what to do if that is the case for you. What if I can't feel anything in my body? What if it's excruciating to sit for 5 seconds, or I just keep getting kicked out of my body into my brain, and I literally just can't do it, or I keep avoiding and distracting and I just won't sit and do it? We're going to unpack all of that, and firstly, understanding that there's nothing wrong with you. It is just the intelligent design of your body doing exactly what it's meant to be doing. So any pain, trauma, dysregulation that we had as children, it very intelligently got clamped and held by our body, and our body has thrown up protections and sometimes entire personalities to keep us safe from feeling what was once literally too much to feel. So as adults, now that we are in these bigger vessels with the ability to receive co-regulation from other grounded adults, from practitioners, healers, from Mother Nature, now it is time for us to start unpacking this, because we can't keep going through life ignoring it. As you may notice, it just keeps coming up, whether that is a physical disease, ailment, chronic issue, whether it's emotional dysregulation, reactivity, constant anxiety, depression, whatever it may be. Whatever is coming up in your life is coming up for these pieces to be seen. And in some cases, they're just being barfed up and spewed out. And that's by design. So first of all, there's nothing wrong. Everything that's happening is completely normal. And if you have no ability to feel anything within your body, that's totally fine. What you're going to do is learn how to start a practice. So this is a practice. And when you are new to this, and when you are locked out of your body by really very innocent protectors, often the mind, it will just keep kicking you back up. So when you try to sit in meditation, or you try to sit and do some of these practices, you might be every 2 seconds thinking about your grocery list, or, oh my gosh, I must get up and go do this right now, or, oh, I forgot about this, or, oh, I can't believe this thing that she did. I did an entire video about why that happens, about why stillness may not feel safe, about what your body is doing. So I'll put that in the comments. You can check that out separately. But essentially, it's all by design. It's all just fine. So what we want to do is understand the intelligence of the body and work with it, and have immense grace for wherever you are. So if we're sitting here or you're trying to do a meditation or a practice, yoga, whatever it is, and you find yourself just unable to do it. Like I had one gal comment when I was saying, feel into your heart. She's like, what if I can't feel my heart? I have no idea. Like, I can't feel anything. Totally fine. Intention is everything. Intention is enough. So if you're just sitting and placing 2 hands on your heart and taking a deep breath into your heart as if you had tiny lungs on your heart, and just breathing into it and feeling it, if you can feel nothing in your body, that's okay. Simply the intention of connecting in is enough in the beginning. So, intention with action. You can't just simply intend to connect with your body and then do nothing, because it's very much the same as creating a literal pathway into, say, blackberry brambles, or like a deep part of the forest. Let's say it's just completely overgrown and there's no way in. Like, you're literally looking at it going, there's no way I could get in there. There's no path to start. Sitting at the edge and having the intention of moving your way in, or meditating on it, or positive thinking about it, will get you nowhere. You'll be sitting there looking at the blackberry brambles. Now, to some degree, if you're very connected, you actually could create change, but let's not go there in this moment. For the most part, you'll get nowhere. You'll just be sitting there looking at this overgrowth, knowing that you need to create a path through, and going nowhere. So what do? You start where you are. If that means that every single day, or 3 times a day, or 5 times a day, you go and you make the intention of creating a small start in, and you clip one branch and set it aside, then that's what you do. But that one branch, along with the next, 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 pretty soon you're 6 inches in, and then you're 2 feet in, and then you're 3 feet in, and then maybe one day you're like, oh my God, I only made it 6 inches in. What happened? I was so much farther before. But then you just keep going, and you just keep going. And every little increment, whether it feels helpful or not, is helpful. So whether you sit to do some of these practices and you spend the entire time in your mind thinking about your grocery list and what you're going to make for dinner, if that's all you do, it is still helpful. I know that sounds crazy, but it is still helpful. Now, what you want to do, though, is intend to have it be different. So, intention is a lot. So like the gal who couldn't feel her heart, you intend to feel your heart. I'm intending right now to connect with my heart. Hello, heart. Maybe you hear nothing back. It's okay. You still know it's there. You know your heart is there. It's okay if you can't feel it. You just simply intend, hello, heart. I'm sending you love. Or in the case of, sitting for practices, so let me sit and connect with my body. You make it very, very simple in the beginning. So I have some very short grounding practices, like 3 minutes, 7 minutes. I'll link those below as well. But you literally just start so simply. Maybe in the beginning, for the first week or two, it's 15 seconds or 30 seconds. Maybe you go outside, you close your eyes, you take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling the air fill your lungs, out through your mouth. You feel your bare feet on the grass. You notice, is it scratchy? Is it cold? Is it warm? Is it wet? Does it feel good? Does it not feel good? You notice the light coming in to your eyes. You notice maybe the breeze on your skin or the sun on your face. And then you're done. Maybe that is your entire practice that you do twice a day, or 5 times a day, or 10 times a day. For a long time, maybe that's all you do, is just simply going outside, taking a breath, seeing if you can follow your breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and feeling your feet on the ground. Maybe that's all you do. And then from there, maybe you play the 5 senses game. Like, this is actually a very real way to find safety inside of trauma. Like, let's say you've had, oh my gosh, I just got in this very terrible, bicycle accident, and you're not physically that hurt, but like you're really shaken up. To immediately balance and come back into your body, you can do the five things of 5 senses. So 5 things you can smell, 5 things you can see, 5 things you can touch, 5 things you can taste. You can do the 5 senses as a direct, immediate way to unwind some immediate anxiety, trauma, but you can also do this as a practice. So let me just sit here, maybe you sit on your couch, maybe you sit outside, and you just feel into, in the beginning, maybe you do it with your eyes open. What are 5 things I can see? I can see the refrigerator, I can see the couch, I can see the table. What are 5 things I can hear? I can hear a dog barking outside. I can hear my kids playing in the other room. I can hear the heat on in the background. Maybe you do this for twice a day, every day, and then you start moving internally more. So maybe you close your eyes. What can I sense? What can I feel? I can feel the breeze on my skin. I can feel my clothes against my skin. So you can practice feeling things. And the moment you notice that your body is kicking you out into your grocery list, into some really important thing that you have to go do, into, oh my God, this thing that I have to do for work, or oh my gosh, I forgot to send this in my kid's lunch, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The moment your body kicks you in, your brain pulls you out, kicks you out of your body, you can play the, oh, thank you, brain game. Now, I physically do this with my hands because it helps me. So like the moment I notice that my brain has kicked me out and pulled me out of my body, I say, oh, thank you, brain, but we're going to be in the body now. And then you go back to whatever you're doing. Okay, things I can feel, things I can hear, or maybe you go into like feeling your sit bones, feeling your breath. And then your brain pulls you out again. Oh, thank you, brain. We're in the body now. I'm safe here in this moment. I have safety in this moment. And recognize that is by design. Your brain is simply trying to keep you safe. It is just a mechanism, a protection mechanism to pull you out, because what's in here has been ultra scary. When you were a kid, you couldn't have been available for the pain and trauma that was there. So your brain learned to just pull you out, pull you out, pull you out. Now, I lived for the first, maybe 30, 35 years of my life completely outside of my body. I had no idea. Completely outside, all in my brain. I was super like hyper organized, like type A, like getting things done, busy, productive. I had no idea that I was not in my body. No idea. But if I would have tried to sit, and when I did finally try to sit and do any sort of meditation or practices, I couldn't do it. I spent the entire time in my brain. And then I would notice myself like, oh my God, I've been thinking about whatever else for however many minutes. And I would get so frustrated with myself. That's by design. Your brain is simply trying to keep you safe from what has felt too unsafe to be present for. Just simply old trauma, feelings, pain, wounds. But now that we're an adult in a bigger vessel and we have co-regulation through nature, through other practitioners, through other people with grounded, anchored nervous systems, now it's time. So it's just play the game of like, oh, thank you, brain. We're going to go back into our body. And if that's all you do for the entire 30 seconds or 3 minutes or 30 minutes, it's still productive. Just like, oh, thank you, brain. Going to come back into my body. Going to find safety in my body in this moment. I'm safe here. I can feel my feet on the ground. I can feel my sit bones. I can feel my breath going in through my nose, down through my trachea into my lungs, feeling my lungs expand, and then feeling it come back up out of my mouth. And you just simply make an intentional practice. Now, you have to make this intentional. You won't do it if you just like think, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this a couple days. I'm going to do this a couple times a day. You're not going to do it because everything in your nervous system and all your momentum is going to not doing it. That's by design. So like, oh, sweet brain, sweet body, you're trying so hard to keep me safe. How can I assist myself in making space for this? Maybe I set an alarm. Maybe I make a promise to myself, okay, I'm not going to have my coffee or whatever favorite thing it is. I'm not going to do XYZ thing. I'm not going to turn my phone on until I do 30 seconds of this or 3 minutes of this. Start small. It's titration. Small steps over and over and over and over builds into larger. So like just like with the pathway in, you do a couple branches, a couple snip, snip, snip. Then the next day you do a couple more snip, 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 snip. Pretty soon you're like walking through the forest. Pretty soon you're walking into your body. So figure out a way to create some sort of a pattern, urgency, whatever, to help yourself. So whether you make an agreement with your friend, like, hey, every morning at 8 a.m., we're going to pop on, Zoom or the phone, speakerphone, or maybe it's your partner, your roommate, whatever it is, someone at work. You stop in the break room every day. We're going to take 5 minutes and we're going to sit and we're going to feel 5 things we can feel, whatever it is. Maybe you guys take turns and maybe they literally say this out loud, or maybe you both listen to a guided, drop in, whatever works for you. maybe you set an alarm and you don't do anything else in the morning until you do that. Like, okay, I'm not even going to turn my phone on. I'm not going to get coffee. I'm not going to do anything until I do this 30-second tune in, whatever it is. Or maybe you don't get to watch your favorite show. Maybe you don't get to have your favorite, whatever it is. Like, find something to create the space to help yourself commit to this, because newsflash, it's not going away. Whatever is held in here isn't going away without your explicit attention to it. You might have noticed this to be true by all the things firing and coming at you, through you, whatever it may be. So this is the second thing. 1, make an intentional practice. So I would say a daily or multiple times daily drop in, whether that's 30 seconds, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you have the actual space for. Start at 30 seconds. Then number 2, set a weekly or monthly deep dive where you're actually making space to dive into some of this stuff. Maybe that's with a really grounded, safe person. Maybe it's with a practitioner, healer, whatever that may be, somatic nervous system healer. Maybe it's your therapist, whatever that may be. So set aside like a dedicated hour every week or at least every month, and then daily practices. Now, in the meantime, or if you don't know where to start with whatever is getting your attention. I guarantee there is something in your life right now that feels annoying, frustrating, fear-inducing, rage-inducing, pain-inducing. So your body, whether that is physically or emotionally, whatever it is that's triggering you, it is showing you exactly what is here, exactly the next thing. So think of it as this box that we've been carrying around, and all of our childhood trauma and all of the experiences. And even if we didn't have like real true trauma growing up, living in this world the way that it is traumatic. It's disconnecting. It is dysregulating. So like think of this box. You just put in. Any time that you didn't cry when you needed to cry. Anytime when you didn't go to the bathroom immediately when you needed to go to the bathroom. Anytime you held back your feelings or opinion and didn't speak up. Whatever it is, think of it as going in this box. Now, imagine your current state today, your current triggers, your current physical health, your current emotional health, whatever is getting your attention, as the thing on top of the box. So there will always be something ready to be seen, held, and healed. So thank you, body. It's both showing you what there is and also trying to protect you from it. It's such a weird dichotomy, but it is what it is. So whatever the current thing is, so let's say I have this like chronic knee pain, or let's say I have just this chronic underlying anxiety, or let's say, oh my gosh, I'm really enraged about what's happening in the world right now, or oh my gosh, I'm really in fear, oh my gosh, I'm really afraid for my children. Whatever it is, like whatever the thing is, whatever trigger, like, oh my God, I'm so mad at this person, or oh, I hate this, or oh my God, I can't believe this, or I'm so afraid of this, or oh my gosh, like, you know, this chronic knee pain, I can barely walk, or oh my gosh, like I've got this, you know, whatever chronic dis-ease, like a lot of people are dealing with autoimmune situations. There is so much happening right now. All of that is a very necessary part, asking to be felt and seen and healed. So think of it like if you're a parent or you've been around little kids, how if they're trying to get your attention, they're like, mom, they will do that forever and louder and louder and louder and louder. They climb up all in your face, like pulling your like clothes, like and pretty soon, like if you're not paying attention, it's going to be like a tantrum, some explosion, like they're laying on the floor, pounding and like screaming. That is what your body and or your emotions is doing at all times. It's part of you saying, oh my God, please, I need attention, please. And it will not go away. You can't get rid of it because it's in the box. It has to be felt. It is ready. It is screaming sometimes for your attention. So while you're doing these daily practices and these daily drop-ins, also make space to feel what is here to be felt. So maybe it's just like this Maybe you have a really short fire of like frustration or anger right now, or maybe you're just really angry about what's happening in the world, or maybe you're in really deep grief or fear. You want to make space to hold those emotions. And what that might look like is stopping and like tuning in, feeling your breath, noticing your grounding cord, your sit bones, just maybe doing the 5 senses, something I can see, taste, hear, smell, and then allowing space, inviting in that emotion. So maybe it's fear. And if it doesn't come directly, you can think of the most recent instance. So let's say, oh my God, yesterday when I thought about XYZ, I was filled with fear. And then in that moment, you feel the sensations first. So you first be available for whatever that feels like in your body. Maybe it's like this tight constriction in your belly, or maybe it's in your heart. Maybe it's anxiety and it's like this underlying like bump, 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 bump of your heart. You're simply there, laser focusing your attention on the actual physical sensation. So even though this is a feeling, fear, grief, rage, whatever it is, you focus on the actual physical sensations. And something like rage or anger may actually require and want to be moved through, or like sadness, grief, pain, it might want tears or deep breathing or holding, but allowing to move through whatever. And I have a whole separate video on anger, but allowing it to move through. So maybe you do dragon breath, like moving the anger through, or maybe you just like, do a little quick boxing workout, or go for a run, or scream into a pillow. Like some of these emotions require that movement and energy movement behind them, because oftentimes as a kid, we were not allowed to do that. Like, don't whine or I'll give you something to whine about. That's healthy. Thanks, Mom. So we stuff, and it just all blah. And you may notice it exploding out all over your family, over your kids, whatever it may be. So over the driver, road rage, that's one of the reasons that happens. It literally cannot be boxed anymore. Think of it as like a boiling pot of water with the lid on. You've got to take the lid off. You've got to get some of the water out, and you've got to turn off the burner. It's like a threefold thing. So a lot of these require movement, require a movement of energy. So once you've actually felt the sensation, then you can hold space for what might be behind it. So for instance, let's say I am in deep fear or grief over what's happening in the world. After I follow the sensations in my body, then I can tune in to what part of me feels afraid. And maybe I instantly think of my 11-year-old who was in XYZ situation, or maybe I just feel that it's a really little part of myself. Maybe I have no idea. Either way, you can hold space for the part of you that is afraid. Let's say it is fear. You can just simply hold space for the part of you in fear or anger, grief, sadness, whatever it is, just simply being present for that part of you. And maybe emotions come, maybe tears, maybe breaths, maybe once again movement. You just simply are holding space for that other part of you from this higher wisdom perspective. So rather than getting caught up inside as if it's you, like, oh my God, I'm so angry about this. Oh, part of me is really angry about this. Let me hold space for that part of me. And you can see it as a separate piece of you, because it is. It's almost never about whatever it seems to be about. So that's the feelings part. Now, let's say you've got some sort of physical thing. So let's go with the example of the chronic knee pain. Let's say it's just like constant, keeps getting worse. What I can do is literally sit with that part of my body. So your hands are an extension of your heart. You can put your physical hands on that space. So maybe I put one hand on my heart, one hand on my knee, and or whatever other situation it is. Maybe you have heartache and you're literally just like feeling it in your heart. Maybe you have anxiety. Maybe it's like fear and you feel it in your gut. Wherever you're actually feeling it, or maybe it's an actual, physical pain. Let's say you break your ankle. Whatever it may be, you feel into it physically with the same way that we did with the sensation. So you laser focus on the sensations, placing your hand there, and just breathe into it while focusing on the actual sensations. And really being mindful if you want to just get rid of the pain or if you want it to just go away. And in that case, you take a step back and you just love the part. So like wherever you are, be wherever you are. So let me give love to the part of me that wants this to just go away. Let me give love to the part of myself that is so frustrated by this constant knee pain. Let me give love to myself, to the part of me that does not want to sit here doing this. So like you start wherever you are, you start from the outside, and then you move in. And you just simply hold space and hold hands and hold your laser focused intention on the part of your body that is feeling that way. So in this example, my knee, and I'm just surrounding that space, that part of my body with love, with attention. Maybe you'll tune into something that might be needed. Maybe you'll just kind of watch as the pain grows or dims or moves or changes, and you're simply just giving your attention and being present in your body. Now, I expect that your mind will continue to keep you safe and kick you up and out and up and out and up and out. And anytime that happens during any of these practices, oh, thank you, brain. We're going to be in the body right now. And you just go back and redirect back. Redirect. If you feel frustrated, like, oh my God, okay, let me love the part of myself that feels so frustrated with my brain. Let me breathe into that. Where do I feel it? Oh my God, in my heart. I just feel constricted. I feel so frustrated. I see you, part that's frustrated. You're not alone. I'm here holding this too. You just simply show up for whatever it is. So make an intentional practice. Make this at least daily, if not multiple times a day. Set aside at least an hour every week or every month to like really allow for space, whether that's a group practice, whether it's something you do with a friend, whether it's a guided practice, whether it's working with a practitioner, and then pay attention to what's happening in your life, in your body, in your feelings, your emotions, your physical feelings, and allow space to feel into that. So there is no way to get around any of this. You can go to as many healers, doctors, whatever, take as many like medications, herbal remedies, energetic things as you want. Trust me, I did this for years to try to I was doing it all out here. You cannot get out of getting into your body. Well, okay, you can, but you're not going to like it. It's not going to feel good. And the time that we're in is requiring an absolute letting go and unraveling, a complete deconstruction of every single thing that is not us. Now, for some of us, that is a thick, deep wall. Like me, oh gosh, how many years ago? Maybe 15 years ago. Oh my gosh, that was such a deep wall. Like I realized my personality wasn't me, and I just was like, oh my God, who am I even? Like, who am I even? So I spent the last 15 years unpacking and removing everything that is not me. Now, some of us have not started doing that. That's okay. You're right on time. But start doing it now, or it's going to get really, really uncomfortable really fast. If it isn't already, shit's going to get real. The only way out is through, and the only way out is in. You cannot get around this. I wish you could. Be so much easier, it'd be so much better, but that's not that's the design of your amazing human body. And in order to be here in this life in the way that we were meant to be, you have to reconnect. And the only way to reconnect is to start piecing through, letting go, unhinging your control, ungripping, all the things where you're just clamping down on. You've got to start little by little, not in a forceful way, but okay, I'm here too. You're not holding this alone. Let's hold it together, and just tiny by tiny pieces, letting go of the grasp, letting go of the control, letting go of the gripping, the whatever mechanism, the avoidance, distraction, whatever it is, letting it go piece by piece by piece. Slowly, titration, little bits every day over time, to finally get into who you truly are, which is pure source, connection, presence, There is always safety in the current moment in your body, unless you're like in a war zone or being chased by a tiger, but obviously you're not because you're watching a YouTube video. So always there is safety in your physical body right now. Always. Connected to source, connected to Gaia, connected to your body. That is where you're trying to get to. Everything that isn't that is simply something that needs to be released or loved back into wholeness. So start small, but do start, and just keep going. Sending so many blessings.